And we're live. Okay. I'm just going to get started here. Already got drums. I got a vocal loop. I have a vocal blob. We are in B flat minor at 108 BPM. Oh my god. We do, of course, need to modulate this with something. And honestly, for something like this, I think a good idea would be like a sloths, but let's attenuate it because it's going to be a little bit too much. It's too much. We'll do a fast sloths too. Okay, so we should kind of get some nice swells going up and down. And then I kind of want to put a gate rhythm on this. Oh, I know. I'm like, I have this extra clock cable, and why is it not going anywhere? The answer is, well, because it ain't hooked up to anything. There we go. Turing machine needs a clock. Wants a clock. Takes a clock. Take it! Okay, so if we have any cables left that work, which you don't, that's too short. Yeah. Tutso. So we'll go a couple of blues here. And I'm just going to take this, and then this. Hey, it's upside down. Everything's synced. Yay! That makes me happy when everything actually syncs quickly and easily. We need a baseline. Duh. Who want baseline? Who want? I mean, there's always the classic, you know, octave chainsaw, because, you know, sounds good. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's change. This is the bass chainsaw. Yoink. I think all module manufacturers should standardize the process of labeling jacks under the jack, not over it. No, stop it. Put the label under the jack. Just do it already. Don't just flip a coin. Stop it. Okay? Just stop it. I think this will reach to... Yep. I even added a new module today. Eagle-eyed viewers might see it, but probably not. I upgraded my clock mult. This guy. And it used to be just a 2 HP basic passive mult. A 2x3 or 2x4. Yeah, one of these little doohickeys, you know. This is a little bitty guy. Not like normalized or anything. So like if you wanted it to be like a 1x7, couldn't do it unless you put a little cable in there. So I got a Synthrotech mult, and it's 1 in to 14 outs. It's like power mult, and it makes me happy. And yeah, so it's either like 2x7, or it's 2x4 and 2x3, or 1x14. So everything is normalized, which makes me super, super happy. And that's the way that they all should be. And it's labeled under the jack. Don't really need bass with delay and reverb. Maybe a little delay later. If I put a gate on here. Yaw. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Dying. Hey Shen, what's happening? Oh, I don't know. 108 BPM, kind of Indian influenced techno. I was thinking kind of something along the lines more of like a Carpenter sounding thing. You know, lots of like pulsing notes. And for that in mind, I think I'm gonna bust out the subharmonicon. Because who doesn't love a good subharmonicon? Behringer, that's who. Got him! Where is my automobile? Now, where's my power cord for this thing? Can't move this too much because, well, it's a load-bearing skiff. Dude, seriously, did it just, like, fall on the ground? That'll be annoying. It's gone forever. Yup. It's gone forever. Son of a... Wait, you... Ah, there you are. Urgh. I had a moment today. Well, I'm still having it. I pulled a muscle in my upper thigh, right? Doing like nothing. Getting down off of some bleachers. And it fucking kills, man. And it's like you can't do anything without that muscle activating and going, whoa! Yeah, so far the Stolper Beats is pretty good. Jay Asen. Stolper Beats is pretty good. Yeah, Constellation was the other thing that I was looking at. I don't know how big Constellation is, but it seems like that's more Euclidean, and it's like I already had that. So, you know, it's not, I don't really need that. I did want the swing. I especially wanted, like, the clave swing that they talk about in there, and that's pretty cool. I have not really had a huge amount of time to play with it yet. Basically, Monday's stream, that's it. That's all I've had. It's the last week of school, so it's a little hectic. And, can we just sit here and just listen to, like, a sawtooth going through a filter for a while? Wish it had a little bit more input gain. Well, let's switch filters then, because we don't really have to use that filter. In fact, the Doepfer is actually quite nice for bass. It's like, I think I just bonked a control, and yep, sure enough. Yeah. Seriously? Who doesn't just like a... See, the Doepfer's got a nice sound. I need to do another filter comparison stream one of these days, and just like, here is the most boring thing. The same sequence, just going through different filters. Just like, here you go. Just like a reference, basically. Maybe I'll just record it to my hard drive and publish it as an actual standalone video, and just like, zero effort. That's not a bad idea. To be completely honest, that's a real good idea. Like, who's the guy? Is Tom Churchill? Is he the one that does all those videos where he's like comparing 6 different filters or comparing 5 different delays, and he's got his rubber glove on? Which is, I don't really get that. Maybe he's got like me. Like I pick my fingers. So my fingers sometimes look incredibly bad. They're pretty okay right now. They're not awful. They're just shadowed. Like, my fingers don't look bad. A little dry. But like sometimes they just look like I just crammed my hands into a garbage disposal and flipped it on for a second. And yeah, that's probably not visually very good. So maybe he's all chewed up. That'd be like the most random question. Tom, nice to meet you. Hey, I got a question. Do you chew your fingers? What? Wait, what? Bye! Yoink. Run off into the sunset. Okay. This guy there, is this gonna reach? Oh, you are! You lovely, lovely thing. Oh, hi! Oh, swing is on. We don't want swing. Not tonight. We want the opposite of swing. Hey, Afterlife. Okay, number one, we're putting this on 16 steps. Alright, second thing I'm going to do is run a really long cable. Unless a not quite so really long cable will reach. I bet you it won't. Oh, it will? Oh my god! Oh, Jesus Lordy Christ! We're going to run a velocity output on this and get some cool little, like, velocity accent thing. Yeah. Because, like, you don't need complex notes, necessarily. Like, you don't need some ridiculous... Lemon! Michael, what's going on? You don't need some ridiculously complex harmony thing. I mean, bass lines. You play a root, you play a fifth. Maybe an octave. Maybe a seventh. Maybe a third? That's my philosophy. But like you can get away with just like flipping octaves and doing cool weird shit like that. Like da 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 bip. Bip. Oh, let's do it. Let's do a third. A flat. F. Maybe? That was a bad fill. But okay, actually, let's synchronize this with a kick because I think that helps a lot when you're trying to like generate a groove. I also have a reset mult going. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and yeah. See, it kind of cements it. Now, a couple things that I want to do, and I typically do. First thing is I want to try transposing this. We're in B flat minor. So, you know, the flat 6 is good. Flat 7 is good. Flat 6 is good. The 5 is a minor 5. If you're going straight minor, unless you put it in a harmonic minor, then the 5 is a major, and it gives you a stronger 5-to-1 resolution if you decide to use a 5 chord. I'm not going to, I don't think. I'm going to stick to those. Go up a third, go down a third. I think those are my happy places. There's a happy place. Going up to a D flat major from a B flat minor, and then we can go down to a G flat major. And G flat is not excessively low. It's one thing I think about with this, especially running these like thick octave tones. that's not synchronized correctly. You are not getting a reset, are you? No, it is actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it is getting a reset. Oh, I missed. There's an LED here that I wasn't seeing because I guess I was blind. But there's no we'd have to do it manually. Hey, Ethos. Actually speed this envelope up a little bit. Just about too low. So if you listen really closely to the lowest notes, like they're kind of just like. So you hear the low B flat like rings out well. Okay, peachy. Yeah, having everything on a reset is really handy. So I set up a 4-measure reset chain on the Maestro. Just going all the way out of the case and then under and then just like yoink in here. And that's sending a reset to the Mito, the Stolper beats, and the dot sequencer. The dot sequencer right now is doing some 14-step percussion parts. But the samples that I have it playing are layered, so it's triggering a new sample with each hit, and some of them have like 5 layers or 7 layers. So there's like 7 different samples that it's alternating, and they're not always in the same like class. They're like one's a bell, one's a drum, one's a, it's a little weird to be honest, but it sounds really cool and I really dig it. So we're gonna clock up this bitch. There. Have a clock here. And then, man, I haven't used a subharm in many moons. Yes. This feels like the perfect thing to put into its own effect unit. In fact, I have an FXA just sort of like hanging out. It's going, put me in, coach! Use me! In fact, let's do an adjustment here. Hey, Kenneth. Yeah, it was Bob Marley said something like that. When music hits you, you feel no pain. I teach middle school music, and for my 6th and 7th graders, we've been watching Coco the last couple days. So I've watched Coco 4 times in the last like 3 days, and I don't really care because it's a friggin' great movie. I'm like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Brings a tear to the old eye socket, that movie does. Pixar, man. All right, now normally this would be like a melodic part, right? So we're going to put it, but I'm going to end up putting it way over here, which is risky. Risky that I'll forget it, but typically I will say I feel like sometimes the subharmonicon kind of gets stale after a short time. And so I'll often play it in the beginning and then just like never again. Because it's just kind of like, eh. Okay, now goes the painful process. So I apologize for this in advance. This is sort of an annoying thing to do. I have to tune oscillators, and I don't run quantization in this. I probably could. Here's the thing, though. So my whole rack... This is so dumb. But it makes sense if you think about it, okay? My whole rack is tuned to my Rhodes, which is behind me. Hi, Rhodes. Hi. There. And there's a System 8 on top of it. Actually, I need to turn that on anyways. And let its greening glow suffuse the atmosphere. I did bring the Hydrosynth home today, so that's coming over here. But when I left the house, it was raining, and so I don't have a case for it. Well, I have a case for it. It's here, which is so useful. Anyways, yeah. So my Rhodes is the tiniest bit flat. See. So all of my oscillators are typically tuned just a little bit flat. And, yeah, there you go, Kenneth. That's the one. Yeah. So if I use the subharmonicon with the internal quantizer on, it's perfectly in tune, which means it's out of tune with everything else. So I have to run it without a quantizer, which is well, you'll hear it. Here we go. In fact, for reference, what I'm going to do is hook up my bass oscillator here as just a backing note. Okay. But let's make sure it's in tune also. There you go. Okay. So we got that, but let's just do oscillator 1 first. But what I want to do is go to B flat. Hey, Defu. Tune it to itself. Actually, honestly, this doesn't even matter. What we need to do is tune the sequencer steps. the other one, which is probably just going to sit on a B flat most of the time. Let's get this guy back here. Perfect. Fourth under. No beat frequencies. You're tuning these tiny, tiny little trim pots on the sub harm. Okay, now how does it sound? Low, right? Now let's tune them both up an octave. Oh, it's really loud. Sorry. It's really loud. Chorus. Shorten our envelopes a little bit. And we get prolific of a type. You getting a swung clock? There we go. Okay. Yeah. There is your problem. Honestly, this thing could almost run it just like. Now, one cool thing about the sub harm is that you can baseline tuning, if you send it a C3, it'll stay the same. Okay? C3 is kind of the standard modular 0 point. You know? So if I send it a bunch of C's, the same. Now, if I send it C and G, Cool, bro. Cool. It's a pretty nice sound, actually. It's pretty nifty. New parts. More parts. How about some Demon Core? We're going to have to make this a 16 step pattern. We're going to go da 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 and actually I think it'd be super easy to just put this on like minor chord. No, wrong step, sir. In fact, let's just go yoink and put these all on a minor chord to start. And this, I want this a sus2. Sus2. And then sus4 for the last one. So we should have this kind of like little moving inner voice kind of thing. If I randomly yell out, it's because it hurts. Let's see here. Oh yeah, before I forget. Should put this guy through a filter. It's usually a good idea. But the nice thing is it's a mono voice. So let's put it through a mono filter and not really sweat that too much here. Use the 860, and then I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go into the let's go into the echoes unit here. We'll give him his own delay. This cable is gonna piss me off. Too late, already is. Okay. Do we got anything so far? No, because we haven't hit play. Play. Nothing. Octave down. Major chord, minor chord is rounding down to a G flat sus2 because that's the one that's in the scale, which means these guys all got to be changed to major. Another pus bucket. That's actually not hard. Let's just do it. Okay, and now there we go. Hey, Tracy. This is a happy sound. Low feedback. Okay, nifty. I hope that's going to be able to cope level-wise. The Demon Core output level is a little bit. It's a little bit wimpy. It's a little bit weak. It's unfortunate. But you know what? We will survive. I mean, at first I was afraid. I was petrified. But yeah, not anymore. That's all I got. And then I'm like, well, then the advantage is that you stick it in a filter with more input gain, and then you don't have to worry about that shit. Yeah. Still gonna have to worry about that unless I use a stereo filter. And I don't need it because I'm running a mono. Unfortunately, these two tip-top things, they only have mono inputs. They're not true stereo processors. They're just stereo output. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine. But, I don't know. Advantage ZDSP. Dun. Okay. What else we got here? Well, we got the Z-Cal Dimension. I'm thinking let's actually run this instead of as a polyphonic thing. I'm going to run this as a monophonic voice. And that means voice is poly. No, we're going to go to mono. Mono. Okay, there we go. Can still unison it and stuff like that. So first thing I need to do is turn on a gate and tune this thing and hook it up to a filter and do all of that shit. You can shut up, buddy. Aight? Yeah. Okay. All right. Blue. Got plenty of good-sized blue cables left. Short ones, not so much. That's okay. This guy is going to go into submixer. Let's go channel 3. This is going into the C legs. Oh, perfect. Yes, that's exactly what we wanted. Ow, mother. Okay. The edge of these pod cases. They're a little vicious. Okay, now, let's see here. I want some nice, like, hollow sounding kind of a thing. Boom. Actually, then, if that's the case, I think what I need to do is tune this down up an octave. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's make a part here. Boom. So let's see here. Rhythm-wise, what we're going to do is step length. Three, boom. And they just have to equal 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then what I want to do is do every 4. So we're going to turn off 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going to turn off those gates so that they do not make a sound. And then we're going to make this 11 steps long. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now. Unison. 4-voice unison is fine. And then we get that like super spread. And then we get a couple of slow LFOs into these here controls. In fact, let's put really slow sloths in the other one because it would like that, I think. Is that like dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah. I might tweak this a little bit. Step length. There we go, that's better. Hey, Nick. Alright, now, chance operations. This guy's going to go up a whole step. And we'll change kind of the harmonic structure, but we'll do that only on the even numbered measures. Yeah, y'all not like synced at all. Now, then what I want to do is do a probability of going up another two whole step or 2 half steps. But we're only going to do that on the 4th measure. So it should be only every 4 measures it'll go up to that high F. Bum, bum. Now this one should be bum. And then it should go back down to the D flat. Bum, bum. Now it should go up to the F. Huzzah! Neat. Okay. I think it's about that time that we deal with the subsequence here. So we're going to put this on transpose. We're going to put it on. I'm thinking just whole notes. Whole notes are pretty easy. Yeah. And then we're going to go down 4. And then we're going to go up 3. And then down 2. And then down 3 again, or 4 again. And then back up. So, let me just set all these others up to respond to that subsequence. One of these days, I will learn to just save all of this shit as a template so that it just does it automatically. But no! I can't be bothered to read the fucking manual. I know a lot of people that are like that. Whoa, buddy. Buddy! Should have, like, it's really interesting. I like how it turns melodic lines into, like, brand new things, almost by accident. It's lovely. Okay, peachy. New stuff. New stuff. Is this still in tune, by the way? Something's funky. I hear it. That's a little better. Okay, cool. Mo voices, mo voices, mo voices. Well, let's see here. What we got? We got going on. We got what? Yoink. These guys also need to be tuned. Oh, are you gonna not reach, are you? So lame. Okay, now, here's the thing. Let's unplug. These guys should be flip-flopped anyways. There. Just unplug this for now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Terror. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be part 3 and 4. And what I always like to do is just put on a couple of cool arpeggio blips. Blipping and blooping and bleeping. I'm thinking maybe today, maybe, just maybe, I'll use a pulse wave. Do like that rich and creamy sound. You're delicious, boss. Doink. And doink. Alright, we have doinkage. So the simple thing would be to just be like, let's put a 6 note. That whole thing needs to come down, though. Mm-hmm. Let's actually try this in pulse. Put them both on pulse. Let's get some modulation going in there too. Goodbye, all out of yellow cables. So sorry. Where is my fucking pulse width? Oh, I can't see shit. Oh. Part 4. Fuzzing out, Mr. Mixer. I hear you. Okay, now let's octave these guys both up, with some fun. Subsequence 1, octave, 4 notes, random, quarter note, enable on, one of them up an octave. I think 1 out of 4 is good. Oh, that's probably sea legs distorting. Yeah, it is. I have to watch that closely. Okay, you guys are cool. Except that cannot be left up. We just gotta make sure to not turn that up all the way, because otherwise it'll be all... It's exactly what it does. Okay, done. R-bar? Seems logical. Throw some R-bar in there. Let's see here. System 8, maybe? Yeah. Oh, let's clear things first, huh? Well, that should be nice. Let's patch this device. Gonna need 79 long purple cables, please. 1, 2. Because everything is in stereo. That's the thing that you don't think about. You need twice as many cables. But we are going to make a delightful, lush, verdant pad sound with those notes. Then we need to scan the playhead. Preferably just a good old LFO. Usually works the best. And we modulate the filter? Of course we do. And we put gate in? Yes, of course! You damn tootin' we put in a gate. And then we're gonna need a control track to change patterns for it. And actually, let's use gamut repetitor for a gate generator. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same. Well, that's just lovely, ain't it? kind of don't want any of the internal reverb. Now, without the thing... Okay, now, control track is going to have to be the same as the sequence that's controlling the transpositions. C. So that it's going to be a whole note long. 8. And then basically, you just want C's and G's. Turn gate on all these. So it's going to be G flat. A flat's probably good enough. And this is going to be C4, A flat 4, and then A flat 3. And then we need to run a patch cable to the layer input. And none of these are long enough. Yes, none of them are long enough. This one's long enough. Oh, something wrong. Oh, let's put this in a different scale. See, why did that go down? Something wrong. It is part 6. Okay. Okay, see, it switched back. What happened? This should be pink. No pink. Why no pink? That one's right. That one's right. That one's not. What? Dude, what are you doing? Let's try B flat. There it is. What the hell? It's always just done this with C's and G's. Literally until today. Something weird? No? No? What? Thanks, Art. Dude, that's really weird. Okay, so what we need to do then is disable that track for now. Alright, now, more filter hijinks, although we do already have the gate. Oh, where is the gate? Where did you go, Mr. Gate? No, the tuning is fine. It's the voltage that it's sending to the layer input. And in the past, I've always just used C's and G's, which is theoretically a 1.5 volts, 2 volts, 2.5. Today, it's just like, no! I don't respond to that shit. And that's weird. Yeah, it's just that those 1 voltages are a little bit low. But that's not far off. I've got it set to a B flat below the next layer up. Like, that's like 1 volt and then 1.85 or something. And then 2. It's like, what? What? That's weird. Oh, maybe it's a shitty cable. You may be right about that. This is an old cable, I will say. I think it's one of my OGs that I bought when I first started. Let's grab a different cable and test that. But why would that particular step or that particular layer do that? Well, let's see if it works now that I've changed something. Okay, that's pink. Now it should go back to orange, yellow, pink again. Okay, now what if we put this at the G where it's supposed to be? I bet you it stays blue. Yeah, see, it stays blue. That's really weird. But that's fine. It's fine. We got it to work. It's not a big deal, but like, what? Yeah, there's no octave on the sequence. There's no transposition. There's no... There is. There is. There's transposition. That's why it's happening. Mother puss bucket. Because it's getting the same subsequence, and I shouldn't have turned it on. See, now if I disable it... Yep, now it's working perfectly. I've got a little song about that. And it goes like this. I may seem smart, but I'm not. I am an idiot. That's all I got so far. Dude, I swear, this muscle pull in my... whatever that is that the muscles that go along the top of your thigh from your knee to your hip, you know? I pulled a muscle in there today. It fucking kills. And it's like anytime you move, you're using that muscle in some way. And I'm like, ow, old. Okay, new voice. What else we got? We got yeah, well, at least I figured it out. Otherwise, that would have drove me like. Then the next time I would have turned it on without any of that stuff enabled, it would have just worked, and I would have been like, "Wait, what? Damn you!" Okay, we got 2 more vector parts for show. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mixer channels open. We got 2 other things. We got melodicers. I kind of almost feel like doing some kind of a weird sound effect. Maybe we should get a nice happy noise sweep going also, because that, that's always appropriate for this. doink this guy into there. And let me guess, we don't have long enough cables. No, we don't. In fact, these things are going to be barely long enough. This is not correct. This needs to go here. I am dumb. Again. D-U-M dumb. Thanks. Yeah, this Rhodes has a very interesting provenance for me, at least. It was the same Rhodes that I played in high school jazz band. And then, decades later, I was teaching one of my piano students. Oh, and my piano student tomorrow morning canceled. That's actually kind of nice. And so my piano student, who was like, I don't know, he's 19, I think, 19, 20. He went to college, and at the same time, the band director was retiring. And so he bought the Rhodes from him. And I'm like, really? It seems like gray legal, because it's probably the property of a school district. But then he had it like reconditioned, and then he moved to New York. And he's like, I can't take this with me. Do you want to buy it? I'm like, fuck yeah. Is that even a question? So I got it for $1,000 plus an Alesis Micron and a couple of synths, or a couple of stands. And, so basically got the Rhodes for like $700. And it's pretty nice. It's not perfect. But it's pretty nice. It's in really good shape. Like, what am I doing? Okay, we need a gate every 8 measures. Gate pattern coming out of there. This is not going to be correct. This needs to basically be flat, and we need to bump it down to about 7.4 volts. Seems like that's usually about right. Thing, output. That's what I was doing. Give me 2 dumb colors. Maybe this weird pale yellow. Maybe if the light is different, then I'll just assume that it's white, and that'll be fine. We already got like spaghetti hell going on up here. Up in this joint. Yoink. Jesus. Okay, hang on. We're going to do a thing here. We're going to pull this guy back just a little bit. We're going to route these cables through the back of all of the other ones. And we're going to tuck it back. Because as you know, sometimes, depending on the circumstances, you got to tuck it back. It's rare, but it happens. Okay, now we have a noise sweeper, I think. Let's see, does it work? A little bit, still a little bit too fast, or too slow, I should say. A little less voltage. Still a little bit less voltage. 6 3/4. Or do we curve the envelope and make it faster? See, it's still too much voltage. Oh, that's nice. I got a Moog MG1 for giving a guy a ride home at a bar once. So take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. There's that one out of tune, and he's like, and when you hear, it's like, he just doesn't quite get there. You're like, God, that's such a good song. It's a G. That awesome FM thing that's in there. That's so good. Baby, it's all I know. That you're half of the flesh and blood makes me whole, yeah. Yeah. Well, it has that cool shaker in there, too. It's like offbeat shaker. Tasty. That's a tasty song. It's just super well done. Okay, now here's the test. Was that in the right key? I gotta listen to it. I gotta check. Because I pride myself on that, but it doesn't always work. Mr. broke it first try. Yeah, of course. So the note we're looking for is a G. Doon doo 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 doon. Oh, fuck you, ads. Fuck you. Hate you. Die. I think it's G flat. Or no. A flat? I was totally off. I was totally off. I have an ad blocker. But YouTube changes their shit, and then ad blocker changes their shit, and then it's just this like every 3 days there's like this constant arms race of ads coming out. So like you just hit refresh on the page and then the ad is gone, and it's like, you know, I get it. It sucks. But there are times, maybe that's what I need to do, is just like only have it on certain times. Play the corporate game. Give them my viewership for 20 seconds. Yeah, man, I was off. I was off by a half step. Curse these eyes. Damn your face. Let's get another voice going here. Let's see here. Yeah, I wonder if YouTube Premium would actually be worth the cost. I wonder. Because as much as I use it, I mean, it's probably, for a lot of us, it's probably our favorite form of entertainment. Okay, let's get another part here going. In fact, let's actually use part 2. Oh, interesting. Now, here's the question. Does YouTube Music play in the background on your phone? Because regular doesn't, and that just pisses me off. Yeah, I usually use Amazon Prime Music because I'm part of I'm part of the Amazon Prime Brain Trust. So let's see here. How about like a really short sequence, like a 4 note, like boom, 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 like just 4 notes, just tuka 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 tuka. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of neat, right? I think that'd be pretty neat. Shut up. Moogly is abusing his synth. He's cursing it. It's true. I am. Actually, I need to make sure that I tune this guy too. Okay, so we're gonna go really, really short cable chain here, and we're gonna go plume into Bionic Lester, and yeah, plume is a stereo oscillator. Bionic Lester is a stereo filter. We are all stereo and happy in our signal chain. But is it ideal? I don't know. Oh, that's such just that's just gorgeous. Alright, first of all, let's do the filter link button here and put it in stereo mode in low pass, no resonance. Why are you a D? The repetitor is doing the R bar. This thing. Oh, I already had a cable ready for this. Wait, what? Pitch 2? Oh, this is the sync. Duh. Yeah. Now, gate. Yawn into Zadar. Envelope into the Bionic Lester. There. The plume loves modulation. It really needs it. It's not really doing anything, is it? Okay, we're gonna disable that subsequence before it drives me crazy. You know, instead... kind of interesting. Do transposition and then do like +5s or +7s. And then add in the other transpositions from this main one here. See how that sounds. Nothing is synchronized right now, so... Okay, that's cool. That's nifty. Me like. Yeah, that's gonna have to be manually muted, though, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'm gonna make these whole notes. Let's put these all down here. Gate, 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 gate. Okay, and then we go pizza. Because pizza is delicious. No kick drum for you! Not yet. Actually, we're not that far away from jam time. I just want to wire up a couple of melodizer voices. And then we'll be good to go. So, another 10-15 minutes maybe. Who want this guy? Who want him? Who want you? Oh. E490. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, you better reach, you mother husk bucket. Otherwise, we's gonna have to have some strong words. Oh, it does, actually. But just to be a little bit gentler on that connection, we'll just yoink it through the middle. There, yeah, that's totally fine. It's like, blah, 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 plenty of slack. Nah, yeah, no, I know, I get it. I know, no worries. No worries. Never, never, ever, never, no worries. Well, that's a dumb sound. Nobody likes that. Higher, please. Thank you. Oh, let's just raise the sequence up 2 octaves. Tell you, you know what I want on this thing? I want a delicious crumble topping. No, I want some reverberations. Let's give it a custom reverb. And then into the seal eggs. Let's bypass seal eggs for now, though. Input and mix, that's right, okay. I want like a blooming, blossoming, omnipresent reverb. Yeah, aside from the drums, which is Stolper beats and dot sequencer and stuff, yeah, so far the Vector's doing everything. Yeah. Can we make it a little brighter? Well, of course we can. We've got a filter on this thing. Change the fidelity. That's better. There, satisfied? Okay, I rather like that. And then with the delay. A little bit less. It's clipping a little bit on the input gain here. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Now, the nice thing is you just shut off part 5 and it completely shuts off because it's completely controlled by the gate, which is beautiful. All right, leads. As in live at. That's really not funny. It's nothing to joke about. I don't know why it isn't, but I feel strongly about this.
The Oscar Tria.
The Oscar Tria, yeah, it's good. And will these cables reach? I don't think they will. Because they're just... Oh, they will. Oh, my God. 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 I probably just detuned the subharmonicon by draping a cable over it. And it was like, I can't stand this treatment. I'll have to check it before I officially start the jam. And probably the Weston oscillator ones, too. These little boys. They still sound okay. Once that thing gets warmed up, it actually stays pretty stable. I can't say the same for the subharm. Yeah, that's fine. It's good. It's all good. Would be cool if there was a little lock knob, like a thing. You tune the thing and you just click, and then it's locked in. You know, wouldn't that be nice? But that would require digital control over the tuning, and yeah. Which, honestly, these are probably oscillators on a chip anyways, so, like, why is that so hard? All you need is a timer circuit. Okay. We got this thing going. We got this filter wired. But we ain't got no gate and enveloping. That guy. And then this guy. We can go into this dude. And that. Like so. And then like unrest. It would be silly to not pan that. I think this works for pan. Yeah. Then you can add some sub, which is fucking sweet. Lead. We need some pseudo acid. So let's go with my honestly favorite analog oscillator up here probably, which is the stgsoundlabs.vco. I don't know why I like it so much, other than it's incredibly stable. It never budges because it is digitally controlled, and it has like a slop generator built in, which is very, very cool. Oh, let's run this to the Imitor Versio though too, because you know, a cloud of delay does a body good. Prove me wrong, children. Prove me wrong. Now that Stolper Beats has been completely covered with cables, and nobody can see a damn thing, check out my new Stolper Beats that you can't even see. You can't even see them. This guy. There we go. Yeah. Turn on mixer channel. Oh, Jesus. Satan. A little bit shorter. I would just say one thing, which is if you ever have the opportunity, you should give it a try. Because I love my hardware synths too, right? But there's just something going on with this stuff. Some kind of weird brain hardware interface thing that, and again, I say this for me, right? I think that's maybe the most important word out of this is like, for me, it just, something just clicks, right? And that's me. And we are nearing jam time. Now, I gotta synchronize things. By the way, I'm deeply offended by you saying that. Just kidding. Okay, synchronization, basically, in this case, means I stop the clock. And I don't think the vector is going to work well if I just hit start. It always takes it a second and it lags behind by a 16th note. It's really annoying. So what I do is I wait until 8 measures and then I hit it on the and of the measure before. 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. There. Now we're synchronized. And everything should be good. And I'm going to mute my microphone. And it's time for trippy graphics. Well, let me just add a thought to this conversation. There's few things in life, I think, that are more fun than just sitting down with a hardware synth and just playing it. You know, especially if it sounds good. So, like, that's not something you can, it's not as immediate with a modular, but it's potentially deeper, depending on the synth. Anyways. And my microphone's not on. There we go. Okay. Do I ever take pictures of my patch? No. No. It's a one and done. I do the thing and then I tear all the cables out and they start fresh. Like pretty much every time. Like it's rare that I would let one go over even twice. No. I have done like, and I'm gonna do more like this summer too, unattended ambient, like generative ambient stuff. Where I just like let it sit for 4 hours doing its thing. Go back home, worry that the studio's gonna burn to the ground and I'm not there to see it. Yeah. I don't have an outboard mixer for anything like this. I'll be honest, I can't imagine. Well, I would have to redo my setup completely. Like I would need, a pretty big mixer. So like in the modular, I have 20 channels of mixing in this. And, yeah, it would have to be huge. And then like the cable madness of running all of those things to an external mixer would like, I would just throw myself off a bridge. This is bad enough. And mostly because I'm running stereo. So figure like most of these voices are like, they're double the number of cables that you'd normally use. So there's a shit ton. What else? I'm more of like I'm almost like a DJ and building my own parts. And other than that, it's basically just mixer stuff. It's mixer stuff and filter stuff and triggering things when they want to be triggered and I think in eights. Like honestly, I do things on like 8 measure chunks and a lot of like rhythmic modulation. So like 8 measure rise and 8 measure fall, I have that going through the purple trace here, and that's affecting a few things. The red one is a 4 measure rise and fall. So there's like multiple voices that are synced with, the overall song, like number of measures and stuff. So, anyways, I'm gonna take off. I suddenly got really freezing cold and really yawny at the same time. Yeah, there's a lot. So today, and I'm using all but one of my mixer channels. So, like, this is a lot. This is like an 18 different voices or something like that going on. Oh, hee ha ha ha. I do wish these were a little bit better quality. I will say that. The Tesseract Tex Mix is like the best bang for the buck that you can possibly get. But they're a little noisy. And a little, like they leak. If you listen really carefully, you can probably hear the hi-hats. And they're off. Like they're muted and they're off. And the volume is down. And the effect sends are all down. And you can still hear it. It's very weird. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, one of these days I need to just start recording to hard drive and dumping all these things into actual tracks and stuff. I think they sound, at least in my headphones here, they sound pretty good. I occasionally make a big mistake, and it's a performance, so it's like one and done. Not much I can do about it, right? Yeah, and I could do a cue system on this as well. But no, I'm actually monitoring. Headphones are monitoring from my interface here, because I do have like a bus compressor on the output, so it goes to the oscilloscope, and then it goes, or vice versa. It goes to the compressor, and then it goes to the oscilloscope, which is purely there for eye candy and occasional tuning and monitoring. So, no, as far as pictures, I mean, it's just my modular grid links, which are in the title description. Like they're down there. They should be up to date. I don't think I've up to dated the new malt, though. And you know what? Life goes on, because it's a malt. And I'll sub it out sometime, but not right now. So, thanks for joining me, and hope you all have a good night. And I'll see you Sunday. Faux show. And probably Monday, because Monday's my last day of school. And it's only like 2 hours. So I might just come over here right afterwards. So,